I'm just going to take this moment to give yet another disclaimer, especially for this video, because I know there's going to be plenty of people who are not happy with some of the things that I say in this video. Delete your paragraph, relax. No need for the soliloquy today, okay? Just a reminder, this show is for entertainment purposes only, and so are my videos. My videos are also for entertainment, okay? Just relax. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Queenie, for those who don't know me, reviewing Married at First Sight UK Season 9, Episodes 6 and 7. Before I get into it, please make sure to like this video, subscribe and hit the bell, and leave a comment down below. So, I don't know about you guys, but the theme of this season for me so far is projection, projection, projection. Oh my gosh, so much projection, so much insecurity, so many past wounds showing up, and wow. Let's get into it. We'll start with the honeymoons. These are the last 4 honeymoons. I only wrote 1 bullet point for each couple, so hopefully I don't miss anything that happened with them. We're gonna start with Orson. He is more than happy to be partnered up with Risselle, and he feels like this could be the real deal. However, she thinks that it is moving a bit too fast.
Is he genuine, or is he just telling me what he thinks I want to hear?
You have feelings, or you're catching feelings in such a short space of time.
Okay.
How?
I am catching feelings.
It did make me question how emotionally resilient you are when you brought up again that you had been cheated on.
There's no ex lingering in the background.
I didn't even need to know.
Okay.
My intuition is telling me that he's disingenuous. And my intuition is usually right.
So a few of the reasons why she doesn't like him is the fact that 1, he's going too fast. 2, he's still affected by his previous relationship, which was 5 years ago. Well, actually, I'm not sure if that was his previous relationship, but he was cheated on 5 years ago, and he's still affected by that. And 3, the fact that he is an actor, she feels like he's disingenuous. So, as we know, Risselle wants an alpha male, right? And in my opinion, I feel like because he seems like a more feeling kind of guy, she's categorized him as a simp, kind of. And so she doesn't see him as the alpha male she envisioned she would be married to. So now she's looking for reasons to discredit him. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I do agree with her when she says he's going a little bit fast. He's doing a lot. But also, she was doing a lot at the wedding. She was asking a lot of questions and whatever, like maybe, wait, because then I'm starting to think that he's disingenuous too, because you were overwhelmed at the wedding, but now you're saying that you're falling for this girl. Like, what's going on? What's going on? Anyways, I was going to say that her being like, oh, because he's an actor, I can't tell if he's genuine. Is he here for the right reasons? You're looking for stuff. So no actors on planet Earth can be genuine with their partners. Girl, be so for real. Unless you think it's because you're on a show. Well, you're also on a show. So who's to say you're not here for exposure or whatever? Like, I just don't agree with her reasonings. I feel her feelings. I resonate with what she's saying, but I need better examples to really back it up. Now, with him being stuck on the feelings he has from his previous relationship, she thinks that he lacks emotional fortitude. For me, it would be more so a concern of whether he's stuck in that time frame. Like, are you able to actually give yourself fully to somebody new because you are still attached to that past situation? I don't think it has anything to do with his ability to be strong emotionally, but she thinks it has to do with that. So we'll see where things go with these two, because Risselle, this whole episode 7, nowhere to be seen. Then we move on to Sasha and Ross. They are going from strength to strength, honey, okay? She had her concerns about the physicality of it all, but they seem to be slowly breaking that barrier down.
I love both, mate. I used to go with my dad a lot.
Did ya?
Yeah. What made you become a celibate?
I don't like giving my energy and my all to someone that's not worth it. I was cheated on.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's probably why I hold back a lot. I think I'm very, very comfortable around
Comfortable?
you.
Yeah.
You. There's been a lot more affection. There's a lot of cuddles, lots of hugs, a lot quicker than I'd usually move.
Mate.
Sasha says that Ross has the characteristics that are similar to her father, and she wants to hold on to that because that is rare. I think that Ross honestly is presenting so well. He's doting after her, giving her flowers, like following her pace, respecting her bound. Like Ross is that guy. Ross is that guy so far. I really like it. So she still has this whole like, oh, but I'm celibate. I'm scared of giving, my body to the wrong person. I'm thinking to myself, like, does sex actually have to be on the table? Because it's this looming thing. There's this pressure that she's putting on the relationship. And I wonder, does it even have to be there? There's ways to connect physically without sex. Like, you guys can cuddle and you can kiss and you can hold hands and you could, like, it doesn't have to be the full shebang for the connection to be real. And the experiment is only like what, guys? Like a month and a half, 2 months? You could go 2 months. You've gone 2 years. What's 2 months? So Holly and Alex actually do like each other. However, Alex is very tired. We don't know why. We assume maybe the travel. I don't know. So Holly is feeling offended that he would rather sleep than spend time with her.
After such a long flight and then another flight, like I just wanted to chill.
Roll over on the couch and go to sleep. I don't like that.
It's rude to be tired.
Actually annoying me now, like seriously, what the fuck?
You're annoying me as well.
Right,
so
that's fine. You're in the fucking Maldives and you want a nap on a boat.
Swearing at? Don't swear at me. Do not be disrespectful.
Don't speak down to me.
I'm not talking, I'm telling you, don't be disrespectful, and I'm leaving it at that.
Now I'm gonna sit here for a little bit because I wanted so badly not to side with Alex. I wanted so badly not to side with him. But in this episode, I had to side with him because I don't feel like her reaction matched the offense. It's not like the man left the hotel and was gallivanting with strangers all day instead of spending time with her. The man was just sleeping. It's not like he was on his phone, detached all day. He was just sleeping. So I think for Holly, and guys, if I start messing up Holly and Polly, you can, come on, it's hard. I'm pretty sure this is Holly though. With Holly, you could easily just say, hey, I was so excited to spend as much time as I can with my husband on my honeymoon, and I'm disappointed that we're not getting that time together. Is that so hard to say? Instead, you want to cause a fuss and whatever, and both of them started yelling at each other. They both shouldn't have been yelling. I think they're both escalating the situation. It did not have to get that heated, but I think it starts with her. You're creating an issue, creating an argument, instead of just saying, hey, this is how I feel. I'm feeling neglected. I'm feeling disappointed. I feel maybe you don't match my energy. Is what I'm reading correct, or am I in my head? But no, you want to fight instead. So after they talk about the situation, and she says that because she comes from a toxic relationship, she needs somebody who's able to calm her down in an argument. And he says he's willing to take up that mantle, but respectfully, I don't like when she was like, oh, I need somebody who's going to heal me in that way. You need to heal yourself. You need to heal yourself. Of course, you want to be with a person who provides a safe space for you. You don't want to be with a person who antagonizes you. You don't want to be with a person who takes you back into those dark spaces that you're leaving. However, you can't put the onus of your healing on somebody else. You got to do that for yourself, sister. Because even if he's saying, okay, I'll walk with you through these hard times or whatever, I will consistently reassure you, whatever. If you're going to be a nag all the time, if you're going to be argumentative all the time, even the most patient person is going to be at their wit's end. So that's up for you to sort out, sis. Girl. All right. Then later on, so they patched things up. Then later on, she says that because she is a full-time mom, the only time she can truly spare is the weekends. And so anybody she's with just has to suck up the fact that she'll only have 3 available days until she can trust them around her kids. I mean, it sucks for Alex because he didn't even know this was the situation he was getting himself into, but she is a single mother. It comes with the territory. I think it makes sense. This is more an issue on the expert's part than it is on either of their parts. So moving on, Polly is happy to be with Adam, so much so that these two knock boots the first night of their marriage. Come to find out, Mr. Oh, she's not my type still feels the same, even after having the sex.
How do you feel like now? Is the candle, has it been lit?
Affection hasn't continued and we haven't done it again because I want to know where my head's at.
I'm frustrated with how Adam's been, considering that we were intimate on the wedding night.
It's nothing on your part, I know it's a bad saying, but it's not you, it's me.
Do you think that can develop in the future?
I've realised how amazing you are and how good of a person you are.
I mean, yeah, it would be lovely if me and Adam had sex tonight. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna beat around the bush. It would be really nice. I don't know how else to go about it.
So I mean this to not be offensive in any form or fashion. However, if you find this woman so unattractive that you bring it up in this episode and the next episode quite often, the only thing that I can imagine, which was a catalyst in them even having sex, was alcohol. And that sucks. It sucks to have to admit that, oh, my husband only slept with me because we were inebriated. Like, and I'm assuming. But like, what other reason would there be? He wasn't swept up in the moment. I honestly think that liquor was involved. And that sucks. For Polly, she has these insecurities coming into this relationship. So to be with somebody who kind of feeds into those insecurities, it's a trash situation to be in. She then says that she's a people pleaser. And you can see that happening in this episode. She's consistently doing things to try to build the romance. They went horseback riding. She tried to give him like a sexy massage thing, and none of it was working. And I'm thinking to myself, like, on the one hand, I do want to commend her for putting in the effort to see if something can spark. But on the other hand, why are you trying to convince this man to be into you? You know, like, if he's not into you, he's not into you. And of course, you sacrifice certain things in your life to come in this experiment. You wish that it would have worked out. But God forbid you have to convince somebody to like you. No, wrap it up. Wrap it up. And I don't mean the sex. Wrap that up too, okay? She gets so gassed at the end of their honeymoon because he says all these, complimentary things about her personality and whatever. And then she finally got this kiss that she's been yearning for the whole week. And she's like screaming from excitement, so happy, so gassed. And I'm thinking to myself, he has been saying good things about you the whole honeymoon. Like, your character has never been in question. It's the physical attraction. And she's acknowledged that that hurts her. So why she just threw caution to the wind after he kissed her and didn't affirm her in the way that she was looking for confused me. And I'm thinking to myself, like, Polly, you be overlooking red flags, sis. I think she looks over a lot of red flags. Adam is a walking red flag. Don't be excited over anything he says. After the honeymoons, it's time for everybody to move into their apartments. Charlie and Orson are the only ones who are walking in alone.
Since the honeymoon, we haven't seen each other. I'm just gutted that it's turned out like this. Like, regardless of what's happened, my feelings are still well and truly there. Yeah, she's just in my head. Like, I'm thinking a lot about her and I just wish she was here.
It doesn't feel like a home because I haven't got my wife by my side. I have no idea where our future lies. How much space Risselle would need, I can't answer that.
Isn't it interesting that with both couples, one party was just doing the most in the affection department, and so the other person decided to retreat? It makes me think to myself, would things have panned out differently if they would have just paced themselves better? If Orson would have chilled out a little bit, if Charlie would have chilled out a little bit, would their respective partners been more receptive to the connection? A part of me thinks they would have imploded regardless, because when you look at Eve and Charlie, definitely conflict resolution is in the pits for them both. She's very evasive. She's very confrontational. Oftentimes that doesn't mix. With Orson and Risselle, I mean, Risselle hasn't said it point blank, but I'm pretty sure she doesn't see him as the man she envisioned in her mind. So that's never going to change unless he's being fake, which is also a problem that she has with him. Like, I think they were going to implode regardless, but would they have had a better chance if both Charlie and Orson just took their time with it a little bit? Anyways, eventually eventually Eve shows up and she apologizes for how she reacted. Charlie apologizes in return. They both say they're going to show up as a united front to the dinner party. Risselle, nowhere to be seen the entire episode. I'm just left to assume that she's gone. I don't know. At the dinner party, everybody's getting to see who is married to who. Charlie is so excited to say that the honeymoon was great. Oh, we connected like this, we did that, we had sex, we whatever. But Eve is sharing a different story. And Eve's story is actually true, whereas Charlie's story was a bold-faced lie. And I can imagine like feeling the pressure of wanting to make it seem like things are good. But there was just another way to say it. Like, you know, we've had our bumps in the road, but we're deciding to like work through it or whatever. I think that would have been better than just saying, oh yeah, everything's great. We're fantastic. It's perfect. I have a feeling this is going to bite one of them in the ass. I don't know which one, but it's going to come back for sure. Then we have Holly, who gets told about the Stags party comment from Alex, where he said, I mean, if the opportunity to swap wives came up and I didn't like my wife, I wouldn't be opposed.
I didn't say he'd swap.
What? Well, that's a red flag for me.
Yeah.
I've seen this shit before.
I said if I don't like my wife, I'm not gonna pursue something with somebody I don't like. But that hasn't happened. So
I could sympathize with this point of view, but you can also see why Holly might think it demonstrates a lack of commitment to the process.
that answer only matters if I didn't like the person that walked down the aisle.
As I'm sure we all predicted, this was going to blow up in Alex's face. She has a short fuse, it seems like. He obviously has a big ego. They both have piss poor conflict resolution skills as far as this experiment is concerned. Maybe they're better in the real world with people who they actually know. But as it pertains to their relationship, they suck. Conflict resolution in the pits. So, of course, this was going to just be a shit show, for lack of a better term. Later on in the evening, Polly, is it Polly now? See, Polly and Holly, oh Lord. Polly tries to confront Alex about his comments. And in my personal opinion, I feel like because of whatever Polly was going through, which we'll talk about later on, she felt like, so how do I say this? She could have picked on Adam because her issue is with Adam. However, Adam kind of disarmed her to a point where she couldn't even argue with him because what he was saying was making sense. So I felt like she chose to pick a fight with Alex because he's clearly in the wrong, it looks like, to everybody. So it's easier to pick a fight with him. So Holly says she doesn't appreciate the way that Alex talked to Polly, talked to the other girl. And she says that she wouldn't want to be with a man who has that mentality. She wouldn't want to be with a man who speaks that way to women. She wouldn't want a man like that around her kids. And I'm like, yeah, I get it. But I think this is blown a little bit out of proportion. We'll get to it later. When Casper and Adam walk into the cocktail hour, they are both the most awkward husbands. Obviously, it's because they are not attracted to their wives.
Casper's looking incredibly awkward walking in.
Hello?
Hello!
Adam, hands down, I'm not even holding.
Well, my typical type's normally like brunette, petite.
Essentially, he's saying I'm not attracted to her, yet I had sex with her.
Yes.
Quite a confusing message.
But Lacey, I just look at her and I think, you are just what he wants. So I'm fucking dreading it when Lacey walks in.
Oh. Wow.
Wow.
And Adam's reaction.
You are his type to a T.
To be fair, my man did say that. I'm really happy with my man.
I know that Holly's in her head about Adam's type, but I didn't like how she kind of projected that onto Lacey. So she feels like Lacey would be his type to a T. And even when Lacey came in, the man had a big reaction, you know. You would think he was on Love Island or something, like, ooh, new bombshell, relax. You have a wife. She has a husband. Chill. But she goes straight to Lacey and she's like, yeah, I was worried when you would walk in because you're his type to a T and now I got to keep an eye on him. What does this have to do with Lacey? Why are you saying this now? She's meeting half of the crew for the first time, and you've now put this pressure of her trying to present a certain way so that she doesn't cause your husband to sway. Like, I didn't like it. Sorry. You might disagree. That's totally fine. I was like, Holly, you're projecting, and now you're putting it on people who don't even deserve whatever it is that you're putting in the atmosphere. Like, take this up with your husband. Why are you bringing Lacey into the situation? Polly and Emma then share their grievances in their marriages because they're both struggling with their husbands being unattracted to them, largely due to, not largely, Trev. I'm a big girl too, okay? Before somebody comes for me, I'm a big girl too. Don't start. But largely in part, let me stop.
I've never been attracted to curvy girls. Ouch. I always go for cute slim physique. £100 on this bikini and I look sexy as fuck in it. And it was on that day. It's not that fucking ogre.
No, yeah.
So he knows how difficult it would be for her to hear that information.
Yeah.
He's a person who we know has struggled with his own body image.
And at the end,
You'd be like,
it's not like he's an Iron Man Adonis.
No. You know fucking Daniel Craig yourself, darling.
So Casper says that his insecurities, his past is bleeding into this relationship. And that's why he's having an issue with connecting with Emma. And I'm like, yeah, that is a part of it. But the bigger part of it is the fact that she's a bigger woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like that's the major thing. And the other stuff is just whatever he can add on to it. Oh, her personality is just so big. She's so vibrant. It's a little overwhelming. Oh, she reminds me of my sister, blah, 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 whatever. Let's just stick with the fact that you do not find her attractive. I honestly believe that if he found her attractive, he wouldn't mind so much that she does have a big personality. He wouldn't mind so much that there is similarities between her and his sister. I just feel like, similar to Risselle, he's looking for issues. And as long as attraction is not there for him, he will find something else. Because even if she tones down her personality, I'm sure something else will miraculously pop up that he's not okay with. But anyways, as far as Adam is concerned, this man point blank says that he will not settle for anything less than perfection. And when asked if he is superficial, he says no. The two guys, and I'm going to say this in the most respectful way possible, the two guys who I feel don't have as much I just don't think both of these guys have two legs to stand on with this whole attraction thing. I'm just... So everything comes to a head when Polly is informed about this rating scale that she's not even fully clear on what the scale was even about. She was told that she's a 4 in some regard. She took it as he's saying that I'm a 4 physically, and obviously she wasn't happy about that.
1 being hater guts, 10 being I fucking love you. What are you on the scale?
Exactly. What's your number?
My number? Like a 4?
You know you're not a 4.
I know I'm not a 4. It's the fact that I'm not having a fucking man that I've let me sit here sing his praises while he's fucking calling me a 4 to his mates.
Do you know if I'm in trouble because of your stupid question?
It's got back round that she's
Go like that.
a 4
No,
out of 10.
it's not saying she's a 4 out of 10.
What's upset you? Tom, what's upset you?
Well, the fact that I'm apparently a 4.
Well, I feel like I'm halfway because we're missing that attraction, which she knows. 10, you're in love with her. 0 or 1, you hate her. I said, I'll answer it. I said, probably about a 4.
No, I get it. Whatever, it is what it is.
I hate to be devil's advocate, especially where Adam is concerned, okay? But the scale wasn't about attractiveness. The scale was about, on 1 to 10, 10 being you're falling in love with this person, 1 being kick you to the curb, where do you fall? And he said 4 because of attraction. Like, he has said this. You can't really argue it. Like, you already know that. So why are you upset? Like, I'm not even saying why are you upset. Of course you would be upset hearing it and hearing it out of context. Like, I get that. But this is not new information. And everybody is talking about everybody's marriage. So, I don't know. I just felt, yeah. I don't know. Anyways, I don't think you should rank anyways. I think you are playing with fire. You are going to get burned. And that seems to be what happened here. But anyways, Polly, in my opinion, would have rather picked a fight with Adam. But because his explanation actually made sense, and she knew she didn't have much ground to stand on because he's already made this clear, she then chose to pick a fight with Alex.
He's trying to word it like he hasn't said it. You've been rude, you've been disrespectful, and you've made her feel like shit. You've been quite rude.
How am I in the wrong?
Don't get defensive about it.
I have to, though, because I feel like
say
you're coming at me
you
quite
don't,
strong.
I'm not.
Allow
It's
it.
so
Leave the conversation. You're done. Honestly, just...
Not being rude. I'm not coping with someone who's so fucking disrespectful.
The fact of the matter is, I do like my wife. That's why I feel like my answer is irrelevant.
That makes me feel like I'm on a trial, like, if I fuck up, then something else is going to be better, and that's not how I want to work. It hurts, Alex. Like, I've always been second best. I just want to be that girl that guy does it for.
I am happy.
I think...
Come here, man. Come here.
Alex and Holly, it's a mess, child. It's a mess. I don't understand what's going on, because she's here like, I've never been seen as number one, and I hear that and I feel that, I surely do. And of course, what Alex said was unsavory, distasteful. We all agree. But again, in his defense, I hate to do it, he said, my comments are only relevant if I didn't like my person. But I have told you and reassured you on multiple occasions that I like you, that I want to see where things go. I want to be with you. So why are you upset by what I said in jest before I even knew who you were? And so, yeah, she's basically saying, you know, because of her past, she feels like history is repeating itself. And I do empathize with that. But in this moment, even she knows, like, no, he has actually made me a priority. He hasn't made me feel undesired. Like, she knows this. So I don't even know that I side with him. I just can see his perspective. Yeah, let me say it that way. I can see his perspective. I can see Holly's perspective too. I just think these two, conflict resolution is not a strong suit for either of them. I think they need somebody who complements them. And they are both like, if you bark at me, I'll bark at you back. It doesn't seem compatible in that department. So we'll see what the experts say. We'll see what kind of resolve these two can come to. I didn't see Risselle in the preview for the commitment ceremony, so she might be gone for real. We'll have to see. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.